And with that, the Predator campaign draws to a close. Thank you so much for watching this playthrough. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I had playing it. It was really fun going back and revisiting all the single-player campaigns in this game. It had been a while since I played through the entirety of the single-player missions in this game, and I have to say it was a lot of fun going back and playing through all the 3 different races again. While I was undoubtedly the worst at playing the Predator, I have to say that the Predator campaign has the best final boss in the game. The fight against the Predalien is just so much more well-designed than some of the other boss fights, and since you have unlimited weapon energy, it didn't feel quite as drawn out as some of the other boss encounters in this game do. And plus add the atmosphere in the arena that you fight the Predalien in, and it just makes for a cool boss encounter overall. Now, I'm not into the extended universe of the Predators as much as some people are, but I did think it was really interesting some of the things they touched on in this game, like the Father Worlds, the retelling of the first victory over the aliens, and at the end the journey to the Xenomorph homeworld. And like some of the other ending movies, this game really set itself up for another installment, which we haven't received yet. So that's a bit of a bummer, but the anticipation that these final cutscenes build is pretty cool. And who knows, maybe someday we'll finally get to see that attack on the Xenomorph homeworld. That'd be pretty interesting, to say the least. In terms of gameplay, as you could tell by my playthrough, I'm by no means the best Predator player in the world. I'm probably the best with the Alien. That was always my go-to character in the multiplayer mode back in the day. But the Predator does have some pretty fun gameplay features, like the cloaking, the different visors you can flip between, and all the various different weapons. As I said in one of my little text blurbs in the video, I feel the combi stick is a smidge overpowered, just because, at least in the single player, you could chuck that thing as much as you want willy-nilly without very little penalty. The only thing I guess working against it is it's the manual aiming, unlike the plasma caster. But the weapons were fun. I never really got the mines to work that well for me. I do remember, however, that the mines were a bit more effective in the multiplayer modes of the game, so if they didn't look all that powerful in the single player, I can attest that they were much more helpful for the Predator players back when the multiplayer servers were at their peak. But I hope you had fun watching this playthrough. As I said at the beginning of my first episode of the Marine campaign, I kind of started this playthrough of this AVP game in anticipation of the new Alien film coming out this summer, and there's been some new footage and news on that film since I first started that first episode, and it looks pretty darn cool, I have to say. I'm very excited for this next installment. I've personally always kind of leaned a little more towards the Alien franchise than the Predator, but I do love them both, and I'm very excited to see what the next chapter of this franchise will be. So this was my first big video game playthrough since Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I don't think I'll be doing any video game playthroughs in the near future, as I've got some other big video projects I'm working on, like a new Black Sheep, several game reflection videos on the way, so I can say there will be another one somewhere down the line, but for now I'm going to be focusing on some of my more scripted videos and like my game reflections and stuff like that. But if there is a title you'd be interested in seeing me play through, please let me know in the comments below. So sorry for the little ramble, but I hope you had lots of fun watching this playthrough of the AVP campaigns. Once more, thanks again for checking this out. I had a lot of fun playing through this game again, and I hope you had fun watching it. Any other ideas for playthroughs or other videos you'd like to see, please feel free to share them in the comments below. I'd love to talk to you about them. So until next time, keep having great adventures, everyone!